Okay, so good day, everybody. I just wanted to wait a little bit for the live to start. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a basic herbal liniment. In martial arts world, it's known as DIT or DIT, which translates to hit and fall wine. All right, there's many recipes according to various lineages. What I'm going to be showing you is a very basic liniment for beginner martial artists. If you're starting out, kicking the heavy bag, kicking the pads, um, maybe having a cotton bag filled with rice or beans, something like that, and you're doing beginner level iron palm training, you still want to take care of the micro fractures, the basic bruising that you will receive from your martial arts training. So, this is something that anybody and everybody can do. So, the first ingredient is turmeric. Okay, the ingredients would be blood stasis. It breaks up blood stasis. Blood stasis is blood that is in one place. It's not moving. It's stagnant, or blood stagnation. Okay, we don't want any stagnations. Okay, stagnations leads to further diseases potentially. Okay, and by the way, this is not medical advice. This is not a diagnosis or cure or any of the sort. This is just for educational purposes. But you want to break up blood stagnation and keep the blood flowing, keep the river flowing. It is good for inflammation as well. Okay? It has cooling yin properties, so it clears heat. So when we're training in general, and especially if we're hitting something, okay, we get a ricochet back into our system, a shock wave of sorts. So what you want to do is clear any heat, and heat can manifest as inflammation. So there you go. It's anti-inflammatory. It is also it also supports your vascular system, okay, and your nerves. So it's very good for your capillaries, okay, your blood vessels, and your nerves. It supports the health of those things so you don't damage that. The next ingredient is cayenne pepper. Okay, cayenne pepper is a blood mover. It moves blood, so it's again anti-blood stagnation. It's a analgesic. Analgesic means pain reliever or painkiller. So it helps with pain. And it is a catalyst, which a catalyst is a herb that increases the chemical reaction of other herbs. So when you add cayenne pepper into any formula, okay, if you study herbology, you understand what I'm talking about, or herbalism. Cayenne pepper, it increases the effectiveness of the other herbs, so it's a boost in general. So it moves blood, and it increases the effectiveness of all the other herbs in this formula. So it's a very good thumbs up. Okay, the next one is comfrey root. Comfrey root is very high in calcium. You want the root and not the leaves. Okay, there's comfrey leaf and there's comfrey root. So you want the root. It's high in a substance called allantoin, which you should. I won't say you can do your due diligence. I would say you should, as a martial artist, you should do your due diligent research. Research all these herbs, but research that molecule or substance allantoin. It is a substance that pretty much can regenerate or generate new cells. Okay, so it's imperative. It's a bone and tissue repairer. So comfrey root's nickname actually in herbalism is called knit bone. Okay, so you knit the bones together. It's used in the cases of broken bones or fractures or obviously sprains. So this is very powerful. So this is a lot for your bones and for your nerves. Your nerves require calcium, a higher amount as well. Okay. The next herb is myrrh. And these herbs are generally easy to get and they're generally not expensive. The only one I would say maybe in recent times because of imports and inflation is myrrh. Okay. But it's very vital. Myrrh is a blood stagnation breaker. right? So it breaks up blood stasis again, and it's a very good pain relief. Okay, so it's very good for the blood and pain relief. And finally, we have angelica root. In Chinese, it's known as dong quai. Okay, so angelica root breaks up again blood stasis or blood stagnation, something we don't want. So you see a pattern here. We don't want any blood stagnant. We don't want any blood clotting. We want the blood to flow because the life is in the blood, right? It's a blood builder as well and nourisher. So it builds up. It doesn't just move the blood, it builds it up as well. It clears heat. Thumbs up again. We don't want an excess of heat in our system. When we're training, we're building up heat, and as I said, heat can manifest as inflammation. Okay, and it protects the heart, so you can't go wrong. So these herbs, you can have 4 liters of alcohol. Now the alcohol I would choose is preferably not out of plastic. Okay, because even though it might say it's BPA free or whatever the case is, there's all kinds of contaminants, microplastics. You don't know if this was held in a high humid temperature where the plastic and small particles can break down into the alcohol. So just go safe, go with glass. Okay, go with the natural. um, Use at least 38%, so we have 40% nowadays. 40% alcohol, 45. You can use 60, 63, but 40 will do. 40% grade will do. Vodka is the most popular because it's no taste, no smell. It becomes what you soak it in. So that's what I use. I use vodka. All right. You can use, like I said, 4 liters, about 30 to 50 grams of each herb. It's up to you. You experiment and you research. I'm just giving you the basics. I'm not going to give you the exact formula because the I will show you a little bit later. I'm going to actually finish mine. I have a few of my own liniments. If you want to be extra, what you can do bonus, I'll add it right now actually, is you can add, oh, so sorry. Hold on, where is that? I didn't write that down. I missed one. Safflower. The next one, the last one is safflower. Safflower, again, another basic herb, Western herbal, a very known herb in the West. That's what I'll say. Um, Safflower again breaks up blood stagnation, blood stasis, keeps the blood flowing. It also speeds up the healing of bruises and internal trauma. Okay, very good. 2 thumbs up. If you're hitting the wooden dummy, okay, if you're hitting a sandbag, a cotton bag with, as I said before, rice or beans or anything of that sort, you will incur small microfractures. You will incur bruising from time to time. So you want to make sure everything is flowing, everything is good. There's no scar tissue, there's no internal damage, there's no damage that's just left over. You want everything cleared because everything is energetic. Okay? And it clears the vessels, the blood vessels. You want the veins to flow, okay? The veins into the capillaries. You want everything to be very, very, very smooth. So the safflower is the last ingredient. Now, as I was saying, you can add more. You can add frankincense, which usually it is paired with myrrh. It has the same benefits as the myrrh. Okay, it's a very good pain reliever and it's a blood mover. Okay, frankincense. All right, and that's your basic liniment, herbal liniment. Okay, what you would do from here is soak herbs. Minimally is 1 month, minimal. Optimally, you want 3 months. That's optimal. That's the best result you will get. You shake it in your container. Again, use a glass container. Do not use plastic. Please don't store this in plastic. The alcohol breaks down the plastic. We have enough microplastic exposure in today's world. Soak the herbs for minimal 1 month, optimally 3 months. In a dark, okay, let me type this in, dark, Can't stress that enough. No sun exposure. You don't want the sun hitting this. It's gonna go rancid faster. It's gonna oxidize faster. Dark, cool spot. Okay. So somewhere where it's dark and where it's not gonna heat up to 25 Celsius, 30 Celsius. Okay, where it's 19, 20 degrees, somewhere like that. This is your basic herbal liniment. Like I said, very essential in the world of a martial artist. Okay, very essential because, as I said, when we have these internal bruisings, not even internal, the external, you don't want internal, but when you're training very beginner, people say that their shins hurt from kicking the heavy bag when they start. You know, it feels like their bone is bruised. You know, bone bruising, that's another thing. You might not see it. It might not manifest onto the skin. You don't see the color of the bruise, but you feel when you're walking, oh, my shins are sore. They feel even sprained. This is 100%. This will 100% help you. Okay? So this is something you can use and you can make yourself. No secrets. So I'm going to show you actually what I have going on in my realm. Let's see. Put it down even more. So as you see, actually I have a few my own liniments here. This is 1, 2, and this is 3. Actually, let me take this out. As you see, you can see the dates here. Okay, so some of these have been sitting for years. Sometimes I just forget about them because I have other ones. But I actually do this. I don't just talk and fake this stuff. As you see here, look at this. See all the herbs in there? This is, I think this is 4 liter, or if not more. Same thing with this. See? These are all the different herbs in there. I don't know if you can see the herbs. Okay. So these are all different liniments. Let me put this away. Okay. Now this is my most recent endeavor. This was from last year. It's not done. I have to finish it. This is November 12th, did that JOW. Okay. And it's not full yet, exactly, but this is a very, very big bottle or container, as you could see from the difference. This one is actually this is for wood and earth element. So this is what I'm using to hit the stone. I have other ones here. This is already ready. This is a little bit left here. But this one is for the granite block, for the granite stone. Also here I have a little bit left as well. So I'm pretty good for the next couple months. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing now is actually showing you. I'm going to add some herbs because I bought them over the weekend. So I'll show you how very easy it is. Has no levels of difficulty. Okay. So again, if you're a serious martial artist and you want to train, you really want to think about increasing your recovery, especially if you're training iron palm, any kind of training like that, iron palm, iron fist, you're doing conditioning. Okay, and these are already measured out. It's not like I'm just throwing things in. I already measured them out. Most of them are 1 ounce, some of them are 2. So the formula requires different ratios of various herbs. Okay. So it's as simple as this. You're tossing the herbs. Originally, you're just gonna toss them and then pour alcohol over them. But in this case, I already have alcohol, and I'm gonna add more alcohol. But this is a process. This is not cheap, as you can tell. The alcohol itself, if you're in Canada, you know that the alcohol is not cheap. Okay? So you just keep throwing your herbs in there. And as I said, optimally you want 3 months, but like I said, you can go longer. If you have other, if you make one for that's been sitting for 3 months, and then you make another one, and you make that one sit for 6 months to a year, you're gonna get a very, very strong medicine. Okay? Very strong. I'll double bag this one. Oh, you don't want that. So, again, very simple process. Nothing spectacular. The only thing is when you start getting up to the wood element and then to the earth, the stone, when you start hitting granite or marble, the gravel, even the small pieces in the cotton bag, you need much more ingredients. Oh, this smells so good. This is Borneo. This is salt crystals. Okay. You're gonna have to have more herbs for that. It's about 38 herbs because you're obviously creating more damage to your system. More heat, more inflammation, more support for the blood vessels, the nerves, the bone remodeling, okay? Your organs, okay, because your organs are also affected. The spleen, the liver, the heart, the lungs, the kidneys. The kidneys have direct correlation between your bones and your marrow. So you have to keep them in prime health. 2 more. Last one. So this is not guesstimation. You're not gonna get this on ChatGPT. You can get maybe a quarter of this on ChatGPT, but you want somebody that actually trains this. Okay, so let's see. See, the herbs are in here. Okay, very simple. Very, very simple. And from here, this is a big one. So you can just shake it a bit. And I'm going to add more alcohol later on. It smells very good. And ideally, I'm going to put a cloth or a parchment to keep air from escaping. Very simple. Okay? So I hope that was insightful for anybody that wants to learn. Please like, share, subscribe. Any questions, feel free to ask. Very basic herbal liniment, okay? For beginner level. For the average kickboxer, you know, that has strain somewhere. Go ahead and use this. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you for tuning in.